So this question says g of x is 2 over x. We want to express the domain using interval notation, and then we want to do that difference quotient, g of 1 plus h minus g of 1 over h. So what can we say about that? G of x is 2 over x. Well, we cannot divide by 0. So the denominator cannot be 0. X cannot be 0. So in terms of the domain, we look at the number line. We remove 0, but then everything else is used. So the domain of this function, the domain of g in interval notation is what? From left to right, from negative infinity to 0, round bracket, union, round bracket, 0 to plus infinity. Now we can see that. Let me go ahead and pull up Desmos to look at the picture of that. If I look at g of x is 2 over x, you will see that there is no value for 0. 0's x value does not show up on the graph. Everything else does, but 0 does not have an answer. No output for that input. Okay, the next thing that it's asking us to do is to do g of 1 plus h minus g of 1 over h. Okay, so what will that be? G of 1 plus h, that's 2 over 1 plus h minus 2 over 1, all divided by h. So I like to break these problems up if I can. So let's do the 2 over 1 plus h minus 2 over 1 off on some scratch paper. 2 over 1 plus h minus 2 over 1. We want to build a common denominator, which will be 1 plus h. I think I have enough room here. 2 over 1 plus h minus 2 over 1. Common denominator is 1 plus h. Obviously, 2 over 1 plus h is the same as 2 over 1 plus h. To get from 1 to 1 plus h, I had to multiply by 1 plus h on the bottom, so also do that on the top. So now over here I have 2 over 1 plus h. Here I have negative 2 times 1 plus h, which is negative 2 minus 2h, all over 1 plus h. So if we put them together now, we have a common denominator. So it's 2 minus 2h over 1 plus h, which is going to give me negative 2h over 1 plus h. So the top is that. The top is negative 2h over 1 plus h all over h, which I'm going to write as divided by h. I could write it as a single fraction, but I think this is easier to see from this perspective. When I divide by h, I multiply by the reciprocal. Remember, that's h over 1. Multiply by the reciprocal, negative 2h over 1 plus h times the reciprocal 1 over h, excuse me. And then the h's divide out. Divide the top by h, divide the bottom by h. And what is my result? My result is negative 2 over 1 plus h is g of 1 plus h minus g of 1 over h.